I gotta say.
Well, there we go.
What is up, world? We are live. This is the BCS After Hours. The fellas are in town tonight. We got a nice show for you. A lot of new news going on in the sports world as well. Some live games going on as well. And off to a good start with some of the player props as well as ease picks tonight, guys. Be sure to give us a follow on all the social medias accounts. We are live on X, Twitch, and YouTube. And you can find us on Instagram, TikTok at the Bet Champ Show, guys, tossing out those free plays to you each and every day. And we're certainly rolling tonight. But again, we got the fellas in the house and we got the Soch man in the building. Soch, how are we doing?
Feeling good. Feeling like I got my finger on the pulse on a lot of props. I'm 4-1 in March personally right now. I mean, we're a team effort, but, I do try to take pride in, my record individually as well. The one loss was a hook with on our parlay this weekend, 17.5 for D'Lo. He had 17, so that was a tough one. But I mean, marching on forward, we're all good. But yeah, I know everything's going well. Followers and the traction on the socials. Got a lot of people interacting, and just anyone watching right now, just give us a like, follow, comment right now what you guys want us to talk about, and I'm ready to get into what we got in plan today.
Heck yeah, Soch, man. And for all the live viewers and listeners out there, comment something to show right now. Let us know if there's a subject you want us to touch on. We will definitely get into it. We got a nice show for you guys tonight. And of course, we got the money man himself here. Big E in the building. E, how we doing?
Doing good, doing real good. Off to a good start. Kind of there with Soch. 2-0 so far tonight with Duke and Howard coming in. So, I mean, I think we got to go back in the journals to see the last time as a collective group we had a losing day, definitely a losing week. I mean, like Soch saying, just together we're throwing out bangers and we're putting up pluses every day. So excited for tonight. A lot going on. Can't wait to talk about some of these subjects. Well, how you doing though, ZJ?
Doing great. Always happy to be here with fellas. Love doing this with you guys, just chopping it up, talking sports. And like I said, I'm off and rolling today with the player props, getting this Monday going for you guys. Get some cash in your pockets, and we are off and rolling. Wanted to kind of throw it out there. We got a lot of stories, especially today in the sports world. Some retirements, people new contracts in the NFL, as well as a big release here. Kind of wanted to throw around the room here, see what kind of struck you guys first. Any stories on your guys' mind first, and then we'll kind of roll with that story. So we'll start with Soch.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, we just getting right to the big one of the day. The Broncos, in our neck of the woods, released Russell Wilson. I mean, we kind of all saw it coming, so it wasn't really a complete shocker. But especially ahead of the deadline, that's surprising that they kind of announced it. I mean, I think he's going to be officially released March 14th. But I mean, a lot of work that needs to be done here in Denver in the Broncos, especially with all that dead cap. I think a record-setting $85 million in dead cap for this next year. The guy before he even signed before he even played a game, got an extension from the Broncos, and he ain't even going to play a snap on the max extension. But I mean, it was best for both worlds. I mean, I think they were both, kind of tired of each other. A lot of questionable things happening on the Broncos side of management. One thing that I'm going to be curious about is free agents moving forward, how they view the Broncos. I mean, especially how they handled that Russell Wilson situation in the middle of the season, getting the NFL involved, Russ and his agent talking to the NFL and the Broncos, the NFL saying, that wasn't legal to do. And I think the Broncos kind of, bit themselves in the foot doing that. So very interesting how free agents will view the Broncos as a market for them. But I mean, now it's now or never right now for Sean Payton and the Broncos. All this stuff happened within the last year. Sean Payton kind of being an egotistical head coach that hasn't really done anything since Drew Brees in that Super Bowl. So, that's pretty much what I got to say about it. And I mean, it'll be damn interesting moving forward this next year on who their guy's going to be. And I know ZJ's kind of mad about Broncos and the J.J. McCarthy news. He's been saying that ever since Michigan won the Natty, that he does not want J.J. McCarthy. I don't think it's a good fit, but I mean, I'm curious to see what you guys think about that whole situation as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I guess to the question, the one that surprised me, everybody kind of knew Russ was out, right? Kelsey was going to retire, and we'll talk on those. But I was surprised Mike Evans signed so quick. I thought he could take some money somewhere else, right? He's going to be a Buccaneer for life. This will run him through his career. That kind of shocked me. The Russell thing, Sasha said all the points. The dead cap space, that's just going to grow. And then more so, and it's interesting what you guys would think, but, Russ is a good guy. And I think players in the league, they clown him because he's not, he's not culturally hip in these things. But Russ is a good guy. And I think a lot of players say, if you'll do that to Russ, what are you going to do to me? If you're gonna ask him to give up his insurance and his coverage and treat him like that, how do I get treated? And how do you recover from that? It's still the game. Sean Payton's a dinosaur, right? He's a Bill Parcells. Like that, I just don't think that style works anymore. It's that dictator type coaching, and it, really be interesting to see what the players think right now. Not because Russ left, but just how they enjoy playing for him and what's going on. The Broncos are going to have a hard time, even though the cap's going to go up to $30 million. Man, that dead cap space is just out there. It's going to kill you. You really don't have a quarterback. I know he likes the backup guy, but man, what are you going to do? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how all the pieces land. Good luck to Russ. I mean, I hope he lands somewhere and ends his career well. I have no ill feeling for the guy. And then the Broncos, right? What's it going to be, like the top 5 worst trades in NFL history? But they got to move on as well. Luckily, they got the Walmart family that can eat all this and just keep cutting checks. But yeah, I'd say it was Mike Evans re-signing that one.
Go ahead, Z.
Yeah, 100%. Back to the Russ thing. It's definitely going to go down as one of the worst, signings, extensions in NFL history. Just so much money wasted on the table there. And to what he was saying, I mean, I hope he does great somewhere else. I honestly think if he can go to a team like maybe the Steelers, or if he goes to the Steelers, I honestly think they could be an 11-win team. I think that's what they need over there in Pittsburgh. As well as you see the Raiders, maybe Atlanta or the Patriots. I think he'll shine wherever he goes, knowing that these teams need a quarterback. The one thing I was talking to Sach about today, though, was I feel like Russ was the fall guy for all of this drama going on with the Broncos. And my question here was, our general manager, George Payton, he brought Nathaniel Hackett in, the first-year head coach with Russell Wilson, right? He got fired halfway through the season, did a horrible job. It was an embarrassment. And then at the end, still GM George Payton signs Russell Wilson to the contract, gave him an extension, a 2-year extension, without him even snapping a ball on the field. And somehow this guy is still the GM for the Denver Broncos. Now, I'm not here to call anyone's job or anything, but that has got to be one of the most horrible, worst signings you could ever do in sports history, as well as the previous hiring of Nathaniel Hackett is a terrible job. But Russ was the fall guy in all of this all along. So that's what I hate to see. I'm not here to defend Russ or say he was amazing. He definitely had his highs and lows, but I thought he played pretty well for what he was given. But at the same time, I mean, there's got accountability here with the Denver Broncos because they brought all of this on themselves. And now look where we're at. We're in a rebuild again. But, yeah, to what he said, hope Russ does it wherever he goes. Seems like a great guy, still wanting to win, still wanting to play. So still going to root for him and everything. But to bounce off to our next story, another huge one today in sports. Jason Kelce retires today. That's a big one. What are you guys' thoughts on that one?
I mean, I don't view it as like a shocker. You kind of knew that he was retiring after, their bad playoff loss. now it's just officially public. But
Little update: Milwaukee leads 103-96 right now.
what the fuck? What the hell's going on? But I mean, we'll get to that. See in a couple minutes. Hopefully the Clippers can pull something out. But yeah, I mean, no, Jason Kelce saw it coming. Hell of a career, one of the best dudes in the league. Obviously becoming a fan favorite with his podcast with Travis, and all the things that Jason has been doing over the last couple of years. A guy that was late. I always love guys that were drafted extremely late. In the draft, turn out to be a Hall of Famer, Pro Bowls, All Pro teams. I mean, just a Cinderella story of a career. Perfect guy to happen to. I'm curious on how the Eagles. I think a big thing is maybe he would have had one more year if the Eagles, had some light at the end of the tunnel. I think that may have a little reflection on things that he don't like that they're going forward, and he kind of doesn't want to deal with that again. Especially, I mean, he could focus on other, business ventures and whatnot. But other than that, I mean, hell of a career. I'm sure we'll see him at all these Chiefs games moving forward, and curious to see what him and Travis got on their podcast in the years coming.
Yeah, same here. I mean, 13 years in the league. That's as a center as well. That's a lot of wear and tear.
Ironman center too.
I don't know if he would have
missed a game for a while.
Yeah, and also don't discount that push tush. I mean, that kills him, and he says it. That play sucks, and you're running that thing 5 times a game. I'm a 13-year vet, bro. I can't be out here doing this. But I think you kind of saw it towards the end that he was – and you know what? Time comes for all of us, right? He just knew. And what a great career, right? And to do it in Philly, he embraced the city, and the city embraced him. And, he'll go on to bigger and better things and follow his brother around. But, yeah, the guy's a legend in Philly. He'll never have to buy a cheesesteak the rest of his life out there. He's one of the ones that are, they can walk anywhere they want. So he did it the right way. Congrats to him. Wish him the best moving forward. And yeah, it's going to be a hit. I mean, Eagles are losing a center, Pro Bowl center at that, a Hall of Fame center. So where do they go? But good luck to them in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. To what you guys said, I mean, great career and everything, and especially at his position. I mean, there's so much wear and tear there. The guy's the middle of the team, right? Taking all the D linemen on and everything. So he was probably getting, some eggs stolen and whatnot, and especially with that tush play. And to what Sach was kind of hinting on, there was a lot of drama this past season within the Eagles organization. You could really tell, especially after they, coming from 11 wins to now losing. You could tell there was something going on with the team there. And, there's talks right now. There's a lot going on, I guess, with A.J. Brown in the team, So I kind of believe to what Sach was saying, if they kind of had a get-right year this year, kind of back to where they were in the previous year from being in the Super Bowl, I do think he might have stayed one more year to at least try to get another Super Bowl or attempt it. But I just think the organization was kind of broken at this point, and a lot was going on, and he just wanted to leave kind of on a good note, a good time for him to go. So hell of a career for him. You talk about a dude who will just run through a wall for you. That's the guy right there. So hat off to him. Hopefully he enjoys retirement. And we'll see what probably more to come, especially with their podcast killing it right now. So hats off to Jason Kelce. We'll bounce over to what E was talking about. Mike Evans signs a contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Little surprising here myself. I thought, he was probably going to shop around a little, see what he could get and whatnot. Hey, that's where the dude's been. Probably just likes where he is and everything, and might see something, a little spark within Baker Mayfield. What are we thinking about this?
I mean, he's been in, how many years has he been in the NFL? Almost 10 years, 8, 9 years or something like that. Been in the league for a long time, won his Super Bowl. He's in a beautiful state of Florida. I think the taxes down there for people, that's why everyone's moving down there. Obviously, he's been there with his family for ever since his career started. And I mean, it's just, what is he really going to go out and try to do, I guess? I mean, you already have your whole life based off of that one city, getting good money. Clearly had a see something in Baker Mayfield moving forward, or wherever the organization is going to move forward. Probably didn't really care about going to a different team and trying to, ring hunt since he already got his. It's hard to just keep ring. I mean, what's the difference between Mike Evans winning 1 and 2 rings at the end of the day? I mean, he's going to be a Hall of Famer regardless, 1,000-yard seasons with a handful of quarterbacks. I mean, he's already proven what he's had to do. And, I mean, why not just stay in Florida and just continue, go off into the sunset and, be a legend in that city? Another guy that, that city just embraces, and, he's just a baller. So I like Mike Evans. I've loved him, ever since he was at Texas A&M. Right? He went to Texas A&M, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, he was with Manziel, huh? He was with Johnny?
Yeah, he was with Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, I mean, I like his decision to just stay there. It's kind of pointless. I mean, you already got your ring. You're all good. Just might as well stay in a beautiful state of Florida. Don't go to Green Bay, or don't go to any of these different cold weather places. He's all good. So not a big shocker, in my opinion. A lot of people that I follow have been, showing that he was going to stay there with Tampa. So it's pretty much what I got to say about that.
Yeah, I kind of already said my piece. I agree with everything he said. I guess I was still looking at it kind of, like a Madden game. Hey, where can he go? What can he do? But I really didn't even look that he's already got the ring, Hall of Fame, stay home. And I don't know if he's married or has a family, but I'm sure he's embedded in the community. A lot of worse places to play than Tampa. So yeah, let me stay down here and run this out. So yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, he holds every major Buccaneers franchise receiving record, career receptions, yards, touchdowns, and he's 10,000-yard receiving seasons. So dude's a legend there at Tampa, top wide receiver, gonna be a Hall of Famer, has a Super Bowl ring. They paid him, well, I think it was he got $35 million, if I'm not correct. Around $35 million.
Got a good little bag.
So I mean, yeah, dude's staying home. I mean, he's comfortable there. And we remember from the press conference in the playoffs, Baker ran a call for him to come back. He was hoping he would come back because he was still seeing some fire, and they could definitely get some things going. I mean, they looked pretty good this year, and they didn't really have that great of a squad. They kind of came out of the fire with it and made a nice playoff run. So we'll see what they can do. See what they can do in the draft. I think, yeah, hats off to Mike Evans as well, just getting that bag and staying home. Looks like the Buccaneers are gonna take this one. I'm sorry, the Milwaukee Bucks are gonna take this one.
Hey, but you hit your under though.
Under hit though. Hey, cash that Kawhi Leonard under. That's a good one.
Nice.
So
yeah, see, those are those lines. So weird. I mean, no Giannis tonight. Yeah, Clippers played a back-to-back, but I mean, they had everyone outside of Russell Westbrook. Weird one. And they were up the whole game. They were up the whole game, a good margin. And wow. So there you go. Off to the next one, and we'll start with E on this one. A lot of news coming out of New York. Jalen Brunson's in the other night within minutes of the game. Where are we at with that? That's a tough one to see. The Knicks were off and rolling this year. What do we think's to come with this, E?
Good night, right? I mean, first and foremost, I guess the best case scenario is a knee bruise. So, there was nothing break. I know Whit was on assignment. He was texting us in the private chat. Both legs broke, doesn't look good. I'm like, oh my goodness, because I wasn't watching the game. I was like, what's going on? Switch it over there, and it didn't look good. Man, next man up. How long can you keep doing that, right? Shout out to McBride. He played every minute. He came. Brunson went out the first minute of the game, and McBride played the entire game. So, but you can't win like that. You're not going to win like that. You got to start getting these guys back. And I know people say, hey, Tibbs, and he does. He plays the guys a lot, but I don't think that contributes to, like, OG. He wasn't there all year. Randall fell down, separated his shoulder. But this one, I don't know. The knee. When you see those no contact injuries, it's always something's up. We just gotta get healthy, and it's not. It doesn't look that way. We're dropping. We were in 4th place. Now we're dropping down to like almost a playing game. And then can Randall, OG, Mitchell hasn't played in months. Can they all get geared up for that playoff run, or is it just? I'll tell you what I thought. Right now, I'll hear from you guys. I thought the fucking Jets all over again. Right, here we go. You had Aaron Rodgers Monday night, it's in New Jersey. Towers are right across the street with the green lights. He's out with the flag. The place is electric. Boom. Right. 2 plays in, Achilles season's over. It's kind of like that. Here we had this team and we made these trades. Everything's in place, and it's just falling apart again. So you're just like, all right. I'm glad it's not a break. I'm glad it's not a tear. Sit this next game out and just heal up and get ready. But hear what you guys got to say.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard anything today yet on Brunson. Is there any update on what it was? E?
Yeah, it's a knee bruise, they said.
Okay,
so
well, that's
not
good.
a bone bruise, but it's just this has a knee contusion. So nothing's broke, nothing's torn. So
okay, I mean, well, that's obviously good news. It could have been a lot worse. I mean, that season could have been deflated and down in the dumps in a matter of seconds. But I mean, I just feel bad. It's just that injury bug over there for the Knicks right now is just. I mean, there's really nothing you can do about it. That's just part of sports in general. I really wanted to see the Knicks just full blown, everyone healthy, just go balls to the wall. But sadly, that's not the reality. I mean, I don't know if it's another injury from obviously these. It wasn't, but we're glad it wasn't. Thibodeau might have saved himself. A crazy.
yeah,
I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but if he would have got hurt probably from a minute's overload, that would have been bad. But yeah, I mean, the Knicks, I don't know what they're going to have to start stringing some wins real damn fast because they don't want to see themselves end up going against obviously a Boston, maybe a healthy Philadelphia with Joel Embiid, or a Bucks team that in all reality right now, a lot of people were dogging on the Bucks right when they got Doc Rivers. People, just in general in the NBA and just in sports, they overreact to everything just right away for a story. It's like, you guys, I mean, Doc Rivers just barely got there. Like, let him fill it out. It's anything in life. You just need to fill it out. And now they're rolling, especially the big win against the Clippers tonight. No Giannis. That might be a scary team for the Knicks later down the road. But, I mean, hopefully the Knicks figure it out and, everyone gets back healthy. A lot of players are going to have to step up. Obviously, McBride just played, 40-something minutes the other day, like he just said. But, I mean, yeah, I feel bad for him. He's already been down this whole season with, star players, too. It's not even like they're role players. It's just star after star after starter. But
so there is
I want to see him succeed.
There's no moral victories, right? But what I do like the fact about this team is that they do get up. You know what I mean?
Their next man up mentality.
Starters, and they, Hart. These guys are still balling, right? I mean, they all have that dog mentality. So I love that piece. But what's it going to do? You get in the playoffs, you're going to get run off the court, man. You can be a dog or not. We need our guys back. That's what you need. So hopefully next week OG will be back, and then we can start doing some stuff. But yeah, it was scary. I got that text. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Even if this season, the light at the end of the tunnel, even if this season is chalked, at the end, the Knicks are going to be a scary team next year when everyone's healthy. They're going to be a bad team that nobody wants to see. But, the Knicks are in a good spot overall moving forward in the future. I think this is probably would you say, E, this is the most excited you've been about a team in, quite some time?
Oh hell yeah, yeah. This is it. We've been waiting for a long. We've been in cap space hell. We've been in bad signing hell. I mean, we've been in so much just waiting. Yeah, I mean, it's been decade, right? I mean, it's been forever. So Spreewell, Houston, LJ, all those guys went to the finals. Or you got to even go back further to like Ewing. You're always a playoff team. You're always on Saturdays. But then we had Jordan, who was always there to take us out. But yeah, it's still exciting, but man, this sucks also, you know.
Absolutely.
Let me look something up here real quick.
First off, I just wanted to say, thank goodness, you know, it's not too crazy serious. Looks like he's questionable right now for the game against Atlanta. If I'm the head coach, right, you're not playing Atlanta, right? We're just gonna get you good, make sure you're okay. Now the tough thing with some of these players, and I'll put this in the perspective with like Jamal Murray too, is a lot of the times these players will tell the coach, hey, you know, I'm good, I'm ready to go, but that's their pride kick, right? We need the medical, like, hey, are you really ready to go right now? You know, don't speed into it. So for Brunson, you know, don't be a hero. Don't speed into it. You know, we need a run from you going into the playoffs and everything. And now if I'm the Knicks here too, he said, just dealing with all these injuries, it's good that they have the next man up mentality and everything, but you still got to make sure you guys are getting to the playoffs. You want to still make sure seeding is everything here. Of course, seeding is very important, but we need to make sure we're doing the right thing, keeping our health and getting to the playoffs, still being able to go. I use this I'll compare this to last year with the Colorado Avalanche, different hockey team and everything. After the Avs won that Stanley Cup, the year after that, had the same teams trying to make another run again, fell into some injuries late in the season heading into the playoffs because the coach wanted to continue to play their guys, weren't getting enough rest, and they knew injuries were upon them. Made it to the playoffs, got that top seed, but got bumped in the first round because all their guys are just worn out, dog tired, and injured. So if I'm the Knicks here, you know, I don't want that to happen to you, right? I want to make sure we're well prepared going into the playoffs and getting the rest we need right here. You know, it's tough right now, and we look at it right now. I think, what is it? There's like 21, 22 games left in this regular season. And of course, a lot of the back half of those games, you know, selections are already kind of made. So I think that within the last, like, what is it, maybe 8 or 7 games or so, those games don't even matter. So in reality, you might, it's like 15, 17, 18 so games left. So we'll see what happens. But just, I'm glad Jalen Brunson, it's not season-ending injury or anything. Get him some rest, and we'll be ready to play. Because I really, you know, I'm not a Knicks fan, but I've loved seeing the ball playing this year, and I would like to see him make a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, NBA basketball is always better when the Knicks are good, to be honest. So I like when the Knicks, you know, are making some noise.
I was trying to look it up to get you guys the exact number, but they still have like 6 or 7 first-round picks. They stockpiled all those from their trades, everything else. They still got they have Dallas's coming up. They have Washington's. So they can package the deal, too, to go out and get a guy. I mean, that's next year, but, I mean, the future looks bright, but you want it now. You know what I mean? You got these young guys before they start maxing.
Exactly. Like the future, obviously, you know, you're going to have some pick. And I compare that, too, with the Thunder as well. You know, the future looks bright for the Thunder as well. But you want to see what you can do right now. You want to see you guys are made of right now as well, along with the Knicks, too. How far can we go right now? And then we'll continue to build. Because even last year in the playoffs, the Knicks were surprising, right? Now, obviously, where it happened, that the result wasn't where they would want to be, but it was surprising last year. So this year, we'd like to see kind of the same thing and even a little bit of an upgrade. But yeah, that is crazy with all those first-round picks and everything. Same thing like we've talked about on that OKC side with how good those guys are. Their draft picks are crazy too next year. So future's bright for these teams. But yeah, we want to see some of them now.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, cut that part. We got Marvin Bagley 9 rebounds, so that cashes the first one of the night for myself. So that's another tally on the board for the boys.
So we're 2-1, 2-1 right now, heading into the last
2-1. Me and ZJ, 2-1 headed into the last one. Caruso right now is the final pick over 14.5 PRA. He's 0 for 7 from the field at the end of the first quarter and 0 for 5 from 3. I love that he's getting the shots up. He's pulling. It doesn't seem like he usually does that often, but he just got to 1 assist right now, so hopefully he can – hopefully he just keeps shooting that damn ball. So that's what we're going to need to finish the night. But, 2-1 right now. Can't complain. Hopefully it ends in a miracle. And then E, what are you again right now? God, I keep asking, but I get confused with all these damn plays.
You're on mute.
We're 2-0 starting off. Duke and Howard waiting for Baylor to kick this in. Watching that on the side here. They're down 7 right now, so we'll see what they can do.
Okay,
100%, guys. As well as shout out to our guy Witt. We threw bat signal out today. No answer, no response. Dude's gone again on assignment. Hey, that's the thing though about the show. Might have some guys out, but we got boots on the ground. That's what he's doing. He's out scouting. He's out looking around for you guys, the live viewers and listeners. Can get information for the plays we send out each and every day, guys. TikTok, Instagram. Give us a follow. Give us a like. Let us know how we're doing. 2-1 heading in for a chance of 3-1 tonight with the player props, and E's off and rolling like he's always doing, guys. E is on an absolute killer set right now, like he always does, guys. And those plays come out each and every day. So be sure to follow the socials. Comment below what you see, other plays you guys might be interested in. We will get the information out to you, as that's why we got Witt out on assignment, boots on the grounds, getting that insider info. But back to it. Another story in sports, right? LeBron James takes the 40,000 points, everything. That was a huge story. Nice to see. Dude's one of the greatest basketball players to play the game, right? He's had so many accomplishments, and it's crazy to think right now where he's at, how he's still in the league today, still playing and whatnot. So he's just chasing kind of everything right now, which is cool to see. It's cool to see the health of LeBron James. It's honestly really cool. Your guys' thoughts on that?
LeBron, 40,000 points. I believe throughout his career, he has been he's been the youngest player to achieve every 1,000-point milestone. And obviously the only one to have 38, 39, and 40. Just once in a lifetime type talent. He's the greatest basketball player in my opinion, just because I obviously wasn't born in the Jordan era, so I never really got to see in live action. But definitely one of the GOATs on the Mount Rushmore. Jordan, LeBron, just an unreal player. I put him and Brady as just 2 longevity players that we may never see again, especially LeBron at his age right now, producing the way he is, night in, night out. When he does get out there, obviously he has some nights off. Because the guy has more miles and minutes than any other player in league history, so you can't really complain about it. But yeah, I love LeBron, big fan of him. It seems like every big thing that they have, they always play the Nuggets. And Anthony Davis even said in his presser, he's like, he needs to stop breaking records, because every time he does something, record breaking, we lose. And ZJ, I don't know if you watched the game, but I hope you watched after the game. LeBron went up, embraced Jokic, dapped him up. I love you, dude. He nothing against Jokic, I think, in my opinion. Just a team that they don't like, At the end of the day, you got love for a player. He just don't like the Nuggets. And I'm sure the Nuggets don't like the Lakers, but they got respect for him. And I want
respect. Yeah. Respect from LeBron. In his presser, he acknowledged one of the questions asked was, how do you guard Jokic?
You can't.
And LeBron simply said, you can't.
There you go.
So there you go. It's all, they got a little rivalry going on there. I'm still, shout out to LeBron. Like I said, the longevity of this guy is absolutely incredible. Like, he's the standard when it comes to health and the fitness basketball type of game. It's crazy that he's still playing and doing the things that he's doing. I mean, he's still, the way he scores at his age and everything is crazy. He's still dunking, still doing everything, still getting to the glass, which is crazy. But again, on the other side of things, right? Hey, let's spoil another night. That's what they do. Hey, give them all the rainbows, the sunshines and everything. But, we're just here to win. They can have all the other stuff.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, this is LeBron's time. This is his flowers. I'm a Jordan guy. But that doesn't take anything off of LeBron, right? I look at it like you guys all been in nightclubs before, right? Just to get into the club is special. And then there's that room upstairs with the velvet rope. And Jordan's in there. Kobe's in there. Bill Russell is in there. And LeBron is in there, right? Why do we got to try to pick, well, who is the best out of all these? Like, they're the special elite of the most elite to play that game. And they're in the club together, right? It's the Platinum Club. And so they're never going to play each other, so we'll never know. But what he did, he's the greatest scorer in NBA history. The guy's never in trouble. You know what I mean? He seems to be a great teammate. People hate on him because he's the greatest right now. So you hate on a guy like that. Look, I'm sure if he can go back in time, he'll tell you, look, I probably did the Miami announcement a little, went a little overboard with the decision, But, I mean, really, what has he done in his career that's not great and has always done? Generationally, like I said, you have Jordan guys, you have LeBron guys, but, man, the guy just goes out there and gets it done. This is time for his flowers. I would say the only thing I have on him is stop. This isn't WWE. Stop flopping and stop pretending you get fouled every time you miss a layup, right? You're better than that. Just go down there. But he can take over a game still at 39 years old. The man's amazing. I don't like saying it'll never happen because it will, but it's just like that kid's probably in grade school right now. That'll break this record, right? But, yeah, that's amazing. And just stop the hating because you're not going to see him for that much longer. And, he'll be gone. And then you can be like, man, fucking LeBron, He comes to town, you sell out, do your thing. But congratulations to LeBron. That's amazing. Never before, right? No one's ever done that. He's the greatest scorer.
Yeah.
So, and he's in the Platinum Club. I just can't put him above Jordan, but yeah. And I've never saw Bill Russell play like you've never seen.
Yeah, and that's completely fair. I mean, at the end of the day, there were two different eras, two different times of life. I mean, life right now was not the way it was when Jordan was playing. And I think this is the only thing that bothers me, is I think the biggest thing that people who, the older generation who watched Jordan, Bird, Magic, all those guys, is they don't like LeBron because of how he is as a diva off the court and like stuff that he does. But at the end of the day, there was no social media back then in 85, 86, 87 that Jordan had to deal with. So of course you're going to see a lot more LeBron off the court and what he's doing and what he's saying about his son. If there was stuff back then, on Twitter or Instagram, like when Jordan was doing, maybe he would be saying a lot of stuff like that. I mean, you just really don't know. And I think that they're always like, oh, like Jordan wouldn't have done that. Jordan would have never said this. He would have never tweeted that. He would never post about this. But we don't know because it really never happened. And we'll never know if it happened. It's all just up in the air,
Jordan,
whatever we want.
Jordan was a partier. He was a gambler. He was out late nights. He was out late nights. When they played New York, he was in Atlantic City. They're saying till 2, 3 in the morning. The cigars, there's rumors that the only reason he went to baseball was because he was suspended for gambling. That's just a rumor. It's a story, but who knows? So even with social media, LeBron's still LeBron's a businessman. He's a billionaire. Right, he's a billionaire. I think more so from the old head side. Like speaking from what I hear, more complaints, about the the super teams and all that, because they didn't have those back then in a way, you know. But it's a different, like I said, it's different time, different culture, and yeah, you know, I don't know, LeBron, he's special. I don't care where you put him. We got to admit he's special.
Yep.
And 39, never had a major injury. You know, he's never been out for months at a time or a year. Yeah, I think he's going to be missed when he leaves, you know.
Never in any illegal trouble, which is unreal
Yeah.
with what he was given to at such a young age that I think people don't understand. You're giving, you know, a kid of that age, you know, millions and millions of dollars, could have all the women he wants, do whatever, and he's never really been in trouble for anything off the court. So that's another amazing thing that we may never see again. So yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. This is just I have no idea. But I imagine he gets the women just like all the other players. You know what I mean? But who doesn't, right? Like, who isn't? That's what I'm saying. If you're a player, who isn't? That's not a bad thing, right? I'm not saying that's like a fault against him. They're all doing that shit. But
they're married. He's a married man, E.
Oh yeah. Oh, my bad. LeBron, he's probably not. I mean, he's got caught slipping in some DMs every now and then. I heard some stuff, but yeah, you know.
I guess we may never know.
Not bad. Yeah, we'll never know. We don't need to know. Some things remain silent, right? But you know, and you look at a guy who the thing I probably the most I respect is off the court with a guy who took his childhood and high school friends and brought them up with him.
Yeah.
Like, you look at who's around him, his agent, all that stuff. Those are kids he grew up with.
Yeah.
Rich Paul didn't know shit about being an agent.
Definitely,
you know what I mean?
a guy that
like these guys, he brought them all with him and said, "Hey, you're my circle, and I'm taking you with me." I mean, respect for that, you know. Goes back to Cleveland, goes back to the hometown, wins the title. You know, once history is written, it's going to be in his favor. But yeah, this week. But again, and then they lose. Like, that's the most disappointing part of everything. You do all that, and then you lose. You know, he's got to be sitting on that bench like, what the fuck? Do I have to do everything?
Yeah, I
This
mean,
is ridiculous.
the Clipper game, he literally just had to put the whole team on his literal back for the second half, which is I took it out of him for a week. He's probably just cashed out now at this point. Damn.
Yeah,
that was insane. Then you got to go up and play the Nuggets. It was just the tough. The cards were drawn a tough way for him on that night for sure.
Shout out to LeBron. Shout out to the huge accomplishment. Love to see it. Love to see these NBA guys do what they got and everything. For kind of our last story tonight, and I mean this in a very serious manner. I don't mean this to needle. I don't mean this for any sort of joke or anything. But the other embarrassment the Boston Celtics put on the Golden State Warriors. Where are we at with that? Because it was an embarrassment. And kind of what's to come with all that? What is to come with the Warriors? Are there hopes of the playoffs? And kind of what do we make of that situation?
Hey, let me go. Let me go first on this, because I know. Sorry, you're gonna have a lot. You're gonna have a lot with that. I'd say for one, right, it's one game, right, but optics are everything. It was a Saturday game, Sunday game. It was a standalone game. You were the only game on. I don't know what Kerr was doing. Draymond at the 5 and 4 guards, and then you don't change out, right? You don't say, hey, maybe this isn't working. I saw today, I think it was 18. Boston had 18 more threes than the Warriors. That was 54 points right there. I just don't know what happened. And then to throw the flag at the half, the whole thing was just kooky. It's one game, but just the optics, it wasn't the best time for that to happen. And then I think just being realistic, right? The big three aren't the big three. They're old. Steph can still ball, but Clay started, Green. This isn't the Warriors from 5 years ago. And they do have young players. They got a lot of good players, but I guess that's where I go. Like, hey, it's one game. You got to bounce out of it, and it was a bad look, standalone game. But I'm gonna let the Warrior representative have the rest of my time.
Yeah, I'm not going to overreact to it too much. I mean, we could look at it every which angle you want. Older team, we're traveling across the country, played the Raptors, played the Knicks. Then you go down there and play the best team, arguably in the NBA on the Eastern Conference side, obviously. I mean, those games in the NBA just happen. They've been happening more than ever the last two leagues. It's the National Blowout Association. I've been saying it. Once you get blown out, you're just going to get blown out by 30, 40, 50. Those Kerr kind of threw in the white flag pretty much right after halftime. I mean, let's just go on to the next game. We're not even going to try to run these guys into the ground on a road trip. I mean, it happens to everyone, no matter who you look at. The Boston Celtics earlier in the year, when they got blitzed, absolutely blitzed by the Bucks. Like, it was like 75-22, I think, in the first half. So, I mean, it happens no matter how good you are. It's going to happen again. Hopefully not by 50, obviously, but, I mean, it's just going to happen again. The Warriors just went, I think, 11-2 in February. Steve Kerr named today the February Coach of the Month. So, I mean, he's doing a damn good job. We just, it was just tough draw of cards going up against that Celtics team, who, in all honesty, has been steamrolling everyone. They've been running through everyone, no matter who it is. Best starting five in basketball, in my opinion. Not the best closing team, but best, team on paper, best starting five. And the Warriors, I mean, we've been playing well. It was just a matter of time before this team was just going to throw up a dud. Steve Kerr's still trying to figure out his rotation with all these young guys. Chris Paul just came back a week ago. That's obviously, we're on a little test week or two right now on what second unit Chris Paul can run with. I think that's why he started Klay Thompson, just to see how CP3 does with the young guys in the second unit. And to E's credit, like what he just said, it's not the Warriors of the past. I mean, these guys are just becoming old, and I mean, I'm not going to overreact to it too much. Definitely embarrassing, but won't be the last time, I would say. And I mean, it's not like it was against, a scrub team, against the number one Eastern Conference team. Take it on the chin, move on.
Yeah,
it's almost a game that you watch where it's like, I'm betting the Warriors next game because the public is going to be so.
Yeah, against them.
What's in the forefront of their mind is, hey, they just lost by 50 to Boston. And I did see an article, too, Steve Kerr was talking about. It was the worst road trip of his career when he was a player and a coach. There's something like a 4-hour delay on the tarmac with Toronto, and they were stuck on a plane. Now, all that's – it's not an excuse because he wasn't saying that, but it's one game, really bad day to do it, you know what I mean? And let's see what they do moving forward. Yeah,
tough slate.
Yeah,
tough draw.
Exactly what both of you guys are saying. It's one game. You got to just move on from it. It already happened. And if I'm the Warriors, right, I just take it. I accept that it happened. But still, I kind of think of even, obviously maybe not quite as similar, but I think of like the Chiefs this year. The Chiefs came off to not so great of a start. Hit the playoffs still with not that great a record and everything, and did what they did because they're the veteran team and everything. So for the Warriors, you take this loss and you just keep moving on. If the Warriors do get into the playoffs, I am still, if I'm any other team, I would still be worried of these guys just with how much experience they have and know in the playoffs. I mean, you're going to find out how much of a different ball game this is come playoff time, because this is veteran guys own the game. They just know how to, manage the game, manage the clock, manage what's going on and everything. So yeah, move on and we keep pressing.
And I mean, to what you said, like just to touch on that just a little bit more of like the how you said the Chiefs, when the Warriors won it a couple years back, they were saying that, they were cooked. They weren't going to do good. Went up against the young Grizzlies. This was the Grizzlies coming out party, take down Steph, John Morant. They went through them, played the Kings, or no, who did we play in the second round? I think we played the Nuggets the second round. Another coming out party. Obviously, Jokic was by himself. I'll give you that. Jokic was completely left to dry. But then they took care of the Mavericks, who were going to be another upcoming team, and Then they went up against Boston in the championship and, obviously took care of business there. So I don't necessarily see that happening again, but I'll call it right now as my bold prediction. If the Warriors get paired up with the Thunder, I'm taking the Warriors. I promise you. If the Warriors get matched up with the Thunder, the Warriors and the Thunder, every time the Warriors and the Thunder play, it's a dogfight, straight, all-out battle. There's never a blowout. It's a close game every single damn time. And I think once you get in the playoffs, I think the Warriors got that experience and that dog in them that we don't know that the Thunder have. But I hope we really do get paired up with the Thunder. Honest to God.
Hey, Wednesday, Bucks at Golden State. That's their next game.
Oh shit. Well, that's not good.
We taking the Warrior. We bet in the house on the Warriors money line.
No. See, I'm not going to be a homer. I'm not going to be like the Warriors.
The
Warriors going to be no. I honestly, I swear, ZJ. Ever since we got banged, I don't bet on the Warriors. We got absolutely banged.
Yeah,
and we stay away from the Warriors.
Got banged,
but Warriors are starting to spread team that I really have any trust in. To be honest with you, because you don't know what you're going to get sometimes. But in a playoff series against maybe a young team, I'll take them. Like perfect example, if the Warriors get matched up with the Thunder, I'll pick the Warriors. If the Warriors get matched up with the Timberwolves, we're going to get beat to shit. Absolutely destroyed. So hopefully the cards fall our way for the playoffs.
We'll see what happens, ladies and gents. Like I said, we are getting closer and closer to the NBA playoffs and the page as well as the show. We're doing great, guys. Loving all your support. We just reached 200 followers on Instagram, and we are well on the way for TikTok. We're trying and shooting for 1,000 come playoff time, guys, because we want to spread the love and give you as much content as possible rolling into these playoffs, especially also with March Madness away. I mean, we're going to have plays throwing out like hotcakes, ladies and gents. We're going to be feeding these things to you. A lot of action moving in to get some more money in your guys' pockets and have you come along for the ride with us. So thank you for all the love and support from me and the fellas at the Bet Champ Show. And, share it to a friend. Tell a friend, give us another follow and everything. We want to continue to grow with you guys and give you all the content you guys want to see. Right now, we're just giving out sports picks and everything, but we're going to continue to grow as a community and get more and more content out to you guys. So shout out to everyone, all the live viewers and listeners right now, off and rolling. And again, like I said, the boys, the fellas, we are looking forward to March Madness. Might have a lot of live content on those first 2 days. The fellas are thinking about maybe hitting up the casino, cashing some live tickets. We're going to be sharing all of our plays with you guys as well, because that is going to be a huge action day, ladies and gents. So excited for that and excited for the play. Like we said, around 21, 22 games left in the regular season. And not even that, because the last couple of games, a lot of the stars don't play because seeds already elected. So we're getting down to the brass tacks, ladies and gents. So let's get into the action and keep building. And with that being said, just kind of want to open the floor to you guys again. Any last thing you kind of want to throw out there or even talk about? Floor is yours.
E, you got anything? I'll let you go ahead.
Yeah, so as Joe said, we're getting into the finals of the NCAA. And actually today started the conference tournament. Atlantic Sun Conference started today. I do have a future bet, and I'll share it here. I have Eastern Kentucky to win the Atlantic Sun Conference at plus 150. They won their conference. They won the regular season. And the interesting note on these are with these smaller conferences, the top seed you play at home. So basically, Eastern Kentucky is home throughout this tournament. And they're undefeated at home against the conference. It was plus money. Now, 2 games played today to get to see who goes there tomorrow, but I'm sure you can still get a good thing. That's just I'm putting it out there. I want you guys, as I go through these, know my futures that I'm playing on these conference finals. But I like to dig deep with some of these conferences: Atlantic Sun Conference and Eastern Kentucky.
This guy's in every conference known to man. Never even heard of these conferences.
Eastern Kentucky plus 150.
Those are the plays I want to ride. I want to ride a play where I never even heard of this damn college. Those are the ones where I'm like, okay, you see something. I feel like those games are easier to handicap. No, I mean
Yeah,
I'd
and
have
there's
no
no-
clue 'cause I'm not really.
There's no
There's not much
neutral
action
field.
on the
I was kind of asking you guys about home field and what it was like as you two both played college ball. I mean, you got to imagine hosting the conference tournament at your house.
Yeah.
So
That's
anyway,
huge.
that's all I got for today. Looking forward to, I guess we're back Thursday. Should be interesting because by then Baylor's up 4, so I'm excited about that. They kind of finally caught up and took the lead, 5:20 to go. We'll see how that one hammers out after the show. But that's all I got, guys, till Thursday. I'll be live or I'll post a video of some more of these future picks as well tomorrow. A couple more of those mini tournaments are getting going. I think the Ivy League might be starting tomorrow.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, on my end, don't really have too much. I was looking at trying to do a halftime prop on the show, but there's nothing that I really see. I don't want to really force anything right now. Yeah, sometimes just smart. If I don't really like it, I just won't do it. But maybe at the halftime of the Lakers game, I'll look into something. But I mean, a little update that we can get into for this one is what did you have the Bulls eat at plus? What was the spread that you had them at?
Sorry, I was looking at the scores. I got them +7.
+7. All right. Well, yeah, they're down by 7 at half right now. They were kind of getting blitzed at the beginning of the game, but they made a run. But then they kind of just let them go on like a freaking 7-0 run to end the half. But
yeah, I've been watching it. They tie them, then they drop. They tie them.
They drop.
I think come forth Caruso time.
Yeah, Caruso got 1 rebound, 4 assists, and 2 points. So he's at 7 PRA. We need him for 8 more. 8 more PRA in the second half. I mean, good Lord, he's shooting 1 for 9, 0 for 6 from 3 right now. We would be looking damn good if we just had one of those threes to drop. But it's not over till it's over. Hopefully these last 2 catch for us. What?
Plenty of time left. I mean, he's at 6 right now, right? So
he's at 7.
Yeah, so he's on a decent track. He's on a decent track even with the misses. So I mean, plenty of time left.
He's at 7 with shooting 1 for 9. It would have been nice, but yeah, I mean, hopefully we kill 2 birds with 1 stone with this Bulls game.
We got a long way to go. Not long, but there's 5 minutes left. I had Baylor -7, and they're up 8. They finally came. They were down 10 to Texas for the longest.
Oh, damn! They came back.
Watching it.
Oh,
yeah, they came back. So they're up 8. Baylor pride. Let's go. Let's do it. Finish this thing. Hopefully,
this could be a damn good day. This could be a miracle ending day.
100%.
Yeah, college love it.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gents. That's tonight's episode, the BCS After Hours edition. We got Sach E in the building. Shout out to Whit. We'll try to get the bat signal out again for Thursday, find out where he was at. But again, boots on the ground. He's doing all the hard work stuff for us. So shout out to him. But appreciate all the live viewers and listeners. Again, guys, leave a comment, send us a DM. If you want to join the show, send us a DM. Love to have you on, talk some more sports, and let us know what else you'd like to see. But other than that, guys, we will Thursday, and as well as we will see you tomorrow morning for some more NBA player props. And with that, we bid you adieu. Good night.
Peace. Let's get this money.
Out.